What's going on YouTube? This is Dan from Outdoorsobsessions, and today's video is about making some soft plastics. Alright, to start this video off, start showing you guys what I use. This isn't such a how-to video, but just kind of showing you guys how I make my soft plastics. First I'm going to start off with some of these measuring cups I got here. They got to be these type of cups due to when you heat them up, you want them to be able to withstand the heat and the temperature inside, because you go from hot to cold, they're going to break. So I got a real small one here, and then a couple 16 ounces, so that way you can do different colors at the same time. Next is your injector. So this is another important one if you're doing injection molds. Usually it's aluminum molds, such as this mold right here. Some of them don't look like this, but you get the kind of idea. So alright, next off, couple butter knives, safety mask, and then a couple of the most important things we got here is your clamps. You got to use these clamps to hold down your aluminum molds, so that way the plastic doesn't start going through the outside. So let's jump into it. Alright, first we're going to start off with a pour mold, which all we have to do is have the cup and just pour it right in. And the next one we're going to do an injection mold, and this one's going to be the ribbon worm, 7 inches. So the next thing we got to do is pick our color. So I think what we're going to end up doing is, let's go with something I haven't done yet. I think we'll just go with the regular white and just see what that looks like. Okay, now that we got our plastio out, what we want to do is shake this like hell. So if you don't get this stuff shaken up like you're supposed to, it's not going to pour right, and your plastic's going to be really sticky, or it just won't form at all. So most important thing is just shake it up really good until you get all them chemicals mixed up where you need to mix them. So I've already tried to pour this once, but I failed and I didn't remember to shake it. So I think all we're going to do is pour about 1/4 of a cup, and that should be enough to show you guys what this is all about. Next thing that we have to do is start heating this up in about 30 seconds apart. So if you start heating this up at a minute at a time, sometimes you can do that with certain microwaves. Mine you can't, but it has to be 30 seconds is what they recommend. If you heat it up too much, it's gonna start burning, and it's gonna have a horrible smell, and everybody in the house or garage is gonna smell it. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing it. So we'll cut over to where we need to go, and all right. So now it's probably getting about ready. I should probably put my gloves on. So every time you get done cooking it here, about every 30 seconds, you want to stir this. You want to make sure you try to get all them bubbles out, and this was actually white. I mean, you can see how clear it is now. So now is the time I like to add my color. So we'll take it on over here, and we'll add some color to it. Another thing we can do is check the temperature, something that I forgot to do also. We're about 368, so that gives us some time to work with it. I decided to add some pearl violet. Just sounded kind of plain with it just being white, so we're trying to mix it up a little bit. You want to make sure your paint is really shooken up too, and it does not take much, just a couple drops. I put 3 in there. Let's see what happens here. We'll put some pearl in there now. And I'm gonna put Oh, it's not coming out here. I did not open up the pearl. I just ordered the pearls, so open that. Alright, so now I have the pearl. I had a lot right there, but it should look pretty good. So take your butter knife here, stir her up. Looks pretty decent. I think we're gonna add a little bit more white. 4 more drops there. Alright, so now that we added the paint, we're gonna add some glitter. What glitter I'm gonna add, I do not know. We'll go with white. So you don't need to add much glitter either. Don't get too crazy. We'll just take a little bit here, toss her in there. And, stir up some more here. Give it a little shine. Alright, so probably by now it's a little cooled down. So check the temperature again just to make sure. 324. So that means probably throw it in the microwave here for about another 15 seconds and then try her again. Cut. Alright, so I think we're ready now. Give her a little stir here. You gotta remember it's probably gonna be a lot hotter on the outside than it is gonna be on the inside, so you just wanna make sure you're always stirring. Mix it up really nice. 377. Alright. It's a little warm, but it'll work. So first off, we're gonna pour. So whatever angle I can get you at here. I am not the best at this. So just nice and easy. I wanna try to get it in the mold here. And I am failing horribly. That's good enough. Now if you spill a little bit on the outside, you can cut that stuff off, so it's not really going to make a whole lot of difference whether you're dead on or not. So alright, so there's the first mold. We'll let that cool and then we'll try our injection. Just got her all heated back up. Gonna get ready to do the injection mold now while the pour mold is cooling. Temperature 380. Alright, what I like to do is actually take the cap off and pour it in. So, I just like doing this way because I know I'm gonna get less air in my plastic and I have to deal with all them bubbles. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough or not. Find out. Maybe at least get one good worm. So what I do now, don't try to shoot this up at your face here. So now, put it on the mold here, press her in. Doesn't take much. Put her in there, and top her off. Should be good. Alright, put your leftovers back in the cup. So we'll go ahead and check our worms while we're waiting on the aluminum mold to get done here. It dries fairly quickly, so you don't really got to worry about waiting too long. As long as I got this plastic shaken up good enough, we shouldn't have any issues. So here's your first worm and all my mistakes. So obviously you can just pull all that excess stuff that you don't want off your worm. And I mean, if you let it dry first, you'll get a better idea. You can take a butter knife, or you can take, I got a little pocket knife I like to use, and then you can cut off all these little ends, so that way you don't have to deal with all that excess. So there's the last one. So, pretty cool. Perfect size worm for them small bass in the canal. I think they'll catch a fish. So, and here in a minute we'll go ahead and open up this mold. So give her another 2 minutes and then we'll get back with you. Alright, so now we waited about 2 or 3 minutes, so it should be good. Still a little wet, but it should be alright. You can get some pretty cheap clamps. I mean, I can go to Harbor Freight. I got these guys for like $3. Not too expensive, but the aluminum molds, they're a little pricey. But your pour molds, if you just want to, you know, a cheap little hobby, just get the pour molds. I mean, it's a little bit more work, but it's worth it in the end. And this is what they turned out right after I got done trimming them up a little bit. Not too bad. Alright, let's see what she looks like. Hopefully no air pockets. Oh yeah, they look good. Another way to tell if these do have air pockets, if you hold them up to the light, you'll be able to see right through them and see if there's any air pockets. Looking good, not bad. So what you can do with the excess, just put it right back in your jar here. You can reheat it 100 times. It's not gonna make a difference. Just reheat and do her again until your plastic's gone. Or you save the plastic and wait for another day to try to get her done. So I'll lay them out here on the mold here so you can kind of see them better, but not too bad. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more videos like this, comment below and let me know. I have tons more molds back here that we can inject or pour. I also do some jig heads if we want to pour some lead. Just let me know. I'll show you guys how to do that stuff too. Like I said, this wasn't a how-to video. I made a lot of mistakes, but I tell you what, for having a little fun hobby like this, it's really relaxing. So like I said, hit that like button and let me know in the comments below what I should do next. We'll see you guys around.